Hi, I'm Angika, and welcome to the Diamond of 22 Galaxies. I wanted to talk today about building a new identity and becoming strong again. It's a war zone out there, and we need to be real with what psychological traumas we have, what is blocking us from feeling our strongest selves, and we need to face them, and we need to figure out how to remove them, like we were dealing with a computer and computer chips and software. Before 2012, when I got hit with secondary progressive MS, from September 2010 until March 2011, that's when all my symptoms went away, when I started treating it in unconventional ways. And I have a couple of videos on my channel about how I did that. That was before 2012, when our 12-strand DNA was completely activated. And in 2013, a Stargate opened, which was very pivotal to the Stargate of Aldebaran. So what I am saying is, if I could do what I did before 2012, in 2010, 2011, anything is possible in general, but anything is possible now. And we just need to not shut down, not be in denial, not check out, and watch and track our day-to-day operations, for a lack of a better word. Who's in our living environment? Who's in our work environment? Who are we around day to day? And are we allowing those people to create a loss of power and a loss of strength within our energy field? It's very important to track your day to day, because that's how you're going to regain all your strength and power. So, for instance, right now, I am dealing with a psychological programming that I received, for sure in this life, could have been in other lives too, from my childhood, and I am working on removing it. I know it's possible. I am very close. So it's about being beaten down, like MK Ultra programming type of programming, where you get beaten down so hard and then a program is implemented into your psychological system and into your brain. So right now, what I am doing is I am on the Bach flower remedies, and I am actively with my mind working on removing the program. So what I want to say is that there are many ways to the end, but for me, what has worked is using the Bach flower remedies plus my mind in meditation to remove these psychological blocks and mind control programs. So I just wanted to say that we are in a spiritual warfare. We are in a war zone. Most everyone knows that. And I know and believe within myself that anything can be removed. Viral, bacterial, thoughts, programming, anything. And so what is going to make us stronger? What is going to make us more powerful, centered, balanced? But basically, what's going to give us our strength and power back? And like I mentioned, you know, there's many ways to the end. I am using something right now at this time that is effective for me. When I was regenerating my body in 2010, 2011, I was using a different means because Like I mentioned, the DNA 12 strand was not fully activated until 2012, and these light portals had not opened. So I was using what I received to use at that time, which was the most effective in the shortest amount of time. And that's the other factor. What is time? How long does it take? Well, it can happen instantaneously, because that's what happened to me in March of 2011. It was within a couple of weeks. I had been doing a lot of work in that fall, winter area of 2010, 2011 to build up to that and to build the foundation. But when my symptoms disappeared, it was all of them at once. So I knew inside me it was possible. It was from something I innately knew inside, that I came from a place where disease didn't exist, and what's going on here, and that anything was possible, and I knew it could be removed. I knew, like, it could be removed. So I did my spiritual work and asked for help on the ground and on the other side, and I was given what was given to me at that time to regenerate my body. So now what I'm talking about is all of the above: physical, mental, psychological, emotional, etheric, body, heart, mind, and soul, the emotional body, the mental body, the physical body, and the soul, the etheric body, and all the subtle bodies, your energy fields, your chakras. And it's time for us to not check out. And listen, I am not a goody-goody, but the thing with alcohol and drugs is you check out for a little bit. And and a lot can happen when you check out. That's when these forces come in, negative forces come in, you're not paying attention, you're not, 24/7 at the gate, and that's when they come in, and then you have to do more work. It's a setback, and so it's whatever you want to do, you're at the gate, but a lot is going to happen within this next decade. And in fact, it's less than a decade. What used to happen in centuries is going to happen in less than a decade now. So it's like military ops. It's like Navy SEALs. We are in it now. And if you want to become strong and in your power, there are certain things that you're going to have to do. And it's serious work, and it's boot camp, and you'd much rather feel good and feel strong and empowered than be falling in these rabbit holes of psychological trauma, grief, pain, and suffering, and feel like you want to die or check out and do drugs and alcohol and not be moving forward, and your life is falling apart around you. You'd much rather do this serious work that is so rewarding. And it's step by step. And like I said, the time factor's involved because we're on the ground. But I believe in quantum and things happening instantaneously. When I had a series of events happen in 2015, and I went and dove into a deep depression, and for good reason, I want to write a book about that piece of my life because so many people deal with depression and anxiety. I had Dr. Eric Love come in, who is the master of the Bach flower remedies, and you can listen to him on Temple of Health Radio on Saturdays or in the archives on Temple of Health Radio. And Dr. Susan Kolb has called him Dr. Bach reincarnated. And, he is really the one who taught me how to clear the emotional body. And we all have all these spiritual gifts in different areas. We all are coded to play our part. And there's no competition because we all are coded to do very specific things. And what we want is to get strong so we can be of service to others. And so his specialty is clearing the emotional body. And so he came in and helped me move through this huge, massive piece where I was completely suppressed. And through mind control programs and psychological trauma that happened in real time and in past lives. What I wanted to say is that using the Bach flower remedies and tracking my day-to-day, you know, I got out of that piece of mind control programming within months. Yes, it can happen within a day, within a moment, within a week, within a month, but think about people who commit suicide, give up when they are faced with that amount of inventory to deal with, and or depression and anxiety that lasts a lifetime. So days, weeks, and months are not much when you're talking about the extreme amount of trauma that has happened to so many of us, and depending on when you were born and how much inventory you have to clear. Basically, I wanted to talk about how clearing mind control programs, psychological trauma, healing your wounds, healing your physical body, emotional body, mental body, and etheric body is doable, and you can do it, and it's possible. And it's time to get to work. It's time to get your boots on. It's time to get serious. It's time to get to work. I mean, you're free to check out, but it is so much more rewarding to do the work. And I just wanted to start talking about it today. And the only other thing I want to say is that so much is happening on the ground and behind the scenes right now that we are not aware of. There's satellites being taken down that have been from the dark forces. There's the Nazi Antarctica communication grid that is being taken down. That is not good for our well-being. That computer to brain technology where you could be zapped with suicidal thoughts or that creates depression and anxiety. There's so much going on right now that we don't know about. But we have our work to do, and we can do it. We can do it with our mind, do it ourselves. We can get strong and get our strength and power back now through natural means and through the help of wonderful people that have done the work, that are ready to go. Another last thing, the galactics and the people in the ETs and in the galactic world that are not on the ground. The uranium that was transmitted would have killed us already. They have very, very advanced technologies that cleared the air and had the uranium dematerialize. And they have technologies that are so advanced that can clean the water, clean the air, clean the soil. So they have been helping us. We would have blown up already. So we have help on the ground and by the ETs. So we just need to pay attention to the work we can do, and it's substantial. So I just wanted to talk to you all today about that, and I am here to help you. We all need to gather our strength right now so we can do what we came here to do, which is we are all very specifically coded to do very specific targeted missions. I just wanted to start talking about this today.